and welcome back. Here we are again, guys, at CRC The Conversation. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you for your comments that you've sent in. We really appreciate it. I'm back here again, Dr. Debbie Lassiter, with my companion, my cohort, my friend, the CFO of Convergence, Carla McKeever.
That would be me. We're back again for another conversation, another highlight of the center, another highlight of trafficking, another highlight of what's going on.
Hey, but Carla, before we get to what's going on, is there anything that caught your eye? Any thought of anything weird that happened that you want to share anything about?
Let me think. Well, the holidays have come and gone.
Yes, they have.
And now we're back into the whole routine of life again, right? So what I've actually seen, when I got up this morning, I was thinking it's going to be so tough trying to go back with all the traffic, with, just the traffic and people cutting you off. But you know what? Today what caught my eye was that I'm just grateful to be able to get back and forth to work with my car. And that people were very gracious today. They didn't drive too slow. They didn't drive too fast. So I was like, okay,
That's nice.
I can stay in my lane. I can get here. I can do this.
Okay.
So, I can't think of anything more. I always say that I'm just grateful.
Well, I sometimes surf the net and listen to stuff on different little channels and Facebook and all that. And this guy made a comment that kind of caught my attention. It kind of caught my eye, if you will, or my ear, I guess we should say. He said that when you're in an argument or discussion with someone and they don't address the issues, they start attacking your character, that is the weaker argument. So they don't have a point. They're actually wrong. So instead of addressing the issue, they attack your character. I had never thought about that before.
Right.
But then I went back and thought about some conversations and things, and I said, that guy's actually right. I think he's right. I don't know what other people think, but that's what I think. So, but moving on. So today we want to talk about Superbowl City.
Oh, go all the way there real quick.
Yeah. So, in the human trafficking world, right? The Super Bowl, not the Super Bowl itself, but events around the Super Bowl have given it kind of the nickname of the largest human trafficking event in the world.
In the world.
In the world, not the country. The world, because people come from all over to go to the Super Bowl because they love the Super Bowl, and who wouldn't love it? It's amazing. And then in the middle of it, you have some great musical talent that comes out and gives a little halftime show, a little concert there. But there's also some very dark things that happen in Super Bowl City, and those things are what we want to talk about.
All right, but these are things that happen outside.
Right.
But during the Super Bowl.
Leading up to it, around it, during it, after it. As you are well aware, for about 7 years, I've gone down to Super Bowl City.
Yes.
And we've done what we call recoveries or rescues on the ground. But at the same time, you've had a really big part in that in leading the call center.
Yes, doing the call center and making calls to I don't know what we would say, but the ladies that have put out ads. And the ads are very professional. I mean, they're not like anything that, whatever you're thinking, it's better. However you're thinking these ads are, it's better. So we make the calls, we let them know that there is an organization out there that can help them, an organization that cares about them. And if they do want to change, we're here for that.
Right.
If they need help, we're here for that.
Right.
But we do make the calls, and when you say that, when you said it's in the world, right?
Yes.
The biggest event in the world.
Yes.
I'm here to tell you that the calls that we make, it's definitely people from all over the world, all different languages, all different races, all different cultures. It's not any one type. And that's where I keep always saying, clearing up that misconception of what you see or what you think.
Exactly.
Because the calls that the people that we do talk to, when they answer, it's different than what you would even think.
Exactly.
So
exactly. And then what people don't realize is that in preparation for Super Bowl, just like any other big event, the cities do increase law enforcement, increase all that. But what folks aren't aware of is how the traffickers increase things. I had never heard of a pop-up strip club or a pop-up massage parlor. But these are things that happen during Super Bowl, and they rent the space for 30 days because they want it right before Super Bowl and right after Super Bowl. And people don't know about that. You know, we've seen them. And we've also seen warehouses turned into strip clubs just for Super Bowl. 8 or 9 stages, if you will, in one place for gentlemen clubs or strip clubs, whatever we want to call them. And this is all during the Super Bowl event, leading up to and shortly after Super Bowl. Also, you see increase in airfare because everybody's coming through the airport. And we have seen one woman get off a plane with 5 or 6 young girls, or a man get off with 5 or 6 young girls. They don't all look like him. They don't all look like they're related, right? And so there's a lot that goes on during that. And even the Airbnbs and even some of your, what do they call the vacation club sites you can buy, and those we've seen human trafficking going on in those places. So it's everywhere during that time of the Super Bowl. And so that increased activity, all those people aren't there to watch the game.
no, they're not. They are not. And when you mention that, I don't want to go off subject, but I was traveling with my grandson, and this particular holiday, they said that they've had an increase in trafficking. And so there was heightened security with checking in my grandson.
Oh, wow.
Like I couldn't check him in online.
Oh.
I took him down there.
Wow.
To check him in.
Wow.
And that was because I know we happen to have the same last name, which helped.
Yeah.
But they had said, I had been told that there had been an increase in trafficking and suspicions and arrest.
Yeah.
And this was American Airlines.
Okay.
So I'm like, even though we're talking about Super Bowl, it's going on all the time.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's going on all the
Yes, it
time.
is.
And you have to be really careful, especially with our children. And when you see something that looks not quite right, it usually is not quite right.
It usually is.
Yeah.
They don't wear signs, but they sure have behaviors that make you suspicious. But working in this field, right?
Yeah.
There's sometimes I'm sitting in the airport or sitting in a restaurant and I'm looking and I'm seeing something that looks suspicious and I'm just looking at everybody. And I wish they did wear little signs saying, "Hey, I'm a trafficker," because I wouldn't be looking at everybody. Looking at everybody like, "Hey, what's wrong with you?"
Right.
But one of the services that we offer here are at Convergence to help people, not just people that have been trafficked, but people that have had trauma in their life, and who hasn't, right? Because trauma goes all the way from getting bit by a dog, hit by a car, to being sexually assaulted or sold into trafficking, right? Is unlocking the wounded heart.
Okay.
And the first time that I saw the book and met the lady who wrote the book, which is Priscilla Lack, who's actually lived in Wisconsin and I believe lives here again. She is a survivor of ritualistic abuse. And she has written this book, a workbook. Now she's written 2 or 3 of them, but this workbook was established to help people recover from childhood trauma, from a very, very deep area of having lived through it.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's something.
That is something. I can't imagine living through it, but then just see how she turned it around. And she, I've, but I've gone through unlocking the wounded heart, and for her to turn it around and help others, because we never know what someone else's trauma is.
That's
because what you see is only what you see. It's not what is.
That's right. That's right.
It's not what is.
That's right.
So
Yeah, wow.
I'm loving that she turned that around and is helping other people now.
The women that are going through it are really saying that it's touching them in places that they didn't know were there. What a statement, right?
Right.
It's waking up things in them that they weren't aware were sleeping there, were residing in them. It's bringing back memories, but also connecting with how did that memory get there? So it helps us to identify some of those very, very profound things that happened in our lives and often understand why we behave the way we do, right? Why do we react the way we do? And that's almost defining trauma itself, isn't it?
Yes.
And how we live a traumatic life, because, it's the things that happened in the past. It's our thought processes. It's how we navigate through life because of what happened to us in the past.
Right. Right.
And looking at that workbook, she delivers it in such a way that people are relaxed going into it so that they're not afraid to open up. And that's a big part of it, isn't it? Being afraid to open up.
Being afraid to open up with like-minded people.
Oh, your like-minded people are back, eh?
Yeah, they're back again, because I do believe in it. I do believe that once you, and even with that, you said they're starting to open up. I mean, did they start opening up right away, or did it take a while for the group to become cohesive and then start to open up?
Well, I would say with this particular group, just like it is in some other groups, you can't just walk in. So once the group is set, we kind of close the group.
Okay.
Because they've shared enough about where they are, and we know we're digging down into what they're actually feeling and experiencing right now today. So we don't, after so many weeks, leave that open for other people, because now they've bonded together and they've become like-minded, if you will, and they share things with each other because there is a safety.
It's a trust.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right,
there's a trust among the women that are in it. I think there are about 6 of them going through it now, and they will, even when one has a reaction to something, they will all be supportive around her, and will say, you know what, I've got the same experience, or I've got the same thought or the same feeling. One of the things that we've talked about in the group is how you really, after you've experienced certain things, you really don't believe people when they tell you did a good job. You don't believe them when you say, "Oh, you're doing great. You're working," because you've been told for so long that you don't do a good job, and then you're not good. That when somebody says to you that you are, your mind shuts them off and believes that they're lying to you. Isn't that something?
Yeah.
They've quit jobs because they've said, "Well, they said I was doing a good job, but I know I wasn't."
So like that kind of touches on self-esteem.
Right? I would say, yeah.
You don't believe you can do anything.
Exactly.
You don't believe you can do anything right. You don't believe that I can be loved. You don't believe it, right?
Right.
So how does this book touch on that?
It touches on it, and it actually helps you deal with it. And it's to the point that it will, in essence, kind of wipe the slate clean for you.
Okay.
So it wipes it clean so that you can see, because one of the things it brings out is that when bad things happen to a child, the child believes it's their fault. Like if their parents get divorced, they believe it's their fault.
Okay.
If one parent is an addict and they use, the child believes it's their fault. And getting past that, it's my fault, and carrying that on into adulthood because you didn't realize you were carrying it into adulthood, right? Leads to a very harmful life. Yeah. A very life where you will sabotage every relationship because you believe you're not good enough to have one anyway.
I was just getting ready to say it hinges on all of your relationships, your friendships, your all of it. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't think back to it, but that is really, that is really what happens. And so your heart is wounded at sometime at a very early age. And what this book also shows is that when your heart is wounded, you disconnect from it.
Yeah.
So you no longer feel, right?
Yeah.
You no longer like have the same emotions as everyone else. I don't know if you've ever had a situation like this where you're sitting in a room and everybody's laughing about something, and in your mind and in your spirit, it's really not funny to you, but you laugh anyway.
Just
you
to blend in?
There you go.
Just to blend in. So you're doing things just to be a part.
Just to be a part. Just to be a part.
Just to be a part.
And that's what the Wounded Heart does. And so what this book and this service does is it unlocks that and helps you to resettle, rebuild, recover, restore, heal, all of that. So thinking about that, Carla, what would you say in way of encouragement to someone that may be getting to a place where they realize things like that may have happened to them? How could you encourage them to go on? What would you say?
I would say, you know what I would actually say, we always think of the heart as just an organ. It's not just an organ.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Yes.
No,
it breathes and it hurts. And I never thought that was true until it happened to me. And your heart, you just think it's an organ, but it's so much more. It is our lifeline to everything. But there are still ways and tools that you can use that can help it, that can help you get back balanced again. Because what happens when that trauma hits you, you're out of sync, you're out of balance, you can't remember things, you can't do things right. But you know what? With Unlocking the Wounded Heart and with all the tools that you can get, you get back balanced again.
You do.
So there is a way always to get back in sync and always to get back in balance.
There is.
Always a way.
You know, we have an amazing staff, you know, and we'll be talking about some of them as we go forward. But we asked our staff to, you know, to give us some words of encouragement for other people that may be going through things. And one of the women on our staff is her name is Sarah, and she's gone through quite a bit. She's quite a warrior, quite a champion, and she uses art many times for that. But one of the quotes that she sent to be a word of encouragement to people is, "I survived because the fire inside me burned brighter than the fire around me." Oh, let me say that. I got to say that just one more time, right?
Wow.
I survived because the fire inside me burned brighter than the fire around me. So folks, you know, if you're going through something, right? Or if you're remembering areas where your heart got wounded, there might be a fire burning all around and it looks like it's burning down everything. But there's a fire inside you that can burn brighter. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So folks, we are so glad that you joined us today, and we want to encourage you, you know, subscribe to our YouTube page, listen to Triumph Rising on the radio. We'll touch on some of these things as well. That's on Joy 1340 on Mondays at 12:30. Carly, you want to remind them to
subscribe to our newsletter. Check out our website, which is www.convergenceresource.org. Contact us at CRC. Contact us at convergenceresource.org. ORG.
Yeah.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's right. Like and subscribe.
Please like and subscribe. Leave us a note. Tell us what you thought about what we just talked about.
Yeah.
You know, how are you? How is your fire inside of you burning brighter than the one that's around you? And
you never know. We might share what you said on CRC The Conversation. So until we talk again, we'll see you soon.
The Convergence Resource Center provides support services for women rebuilding their lives after trauma, with an emphasis on survivors of human trafficking and justice-involved women. We envision individuals who are empowered to make healthy choices that lead to productive, positive lifestyles within their homes and communities. The Convergence Resource Center sincerely thanks everyone for their generous donations. Your compassion makes it possible for us to support women on their healing journeys, rebuild families, and strengthen communities. For more information about the Convergence Resource Center and how you can get involved, visit us online at www.convergenceresource.org.